Hello, my fam. Ah, I'm not even. Somebody in a video I posted on Sunday on my family channel said, when I do that, it's stupid. I'm not going to stop doing it unless I don't want to do it. I don't always do it, and it's not always that excited. Sometimes it's that, sometimes it's this, whatever I want it to be. There will always be people to criticize. I can only please myself. That is what I have control over. My feelings, my response to things. And I am feeling great because today I am joined by my special co-host. This mug that says, my favorite people call me dad. Yet another gift from Simply Made Greetings. You can find her on Etsy. And if you're curious, my shirt says, Madonna can't afford real pearls. If you're above a certain age, you will get that. All right, I have a lot of juiciness to get to today from traditional celebrities like Miley Cyrus and Liam Hemsworth, a lot of updates there, to the royals, Meghan and Harry, and Prince Andrew. But first, I'm going to start with a couple of YouTube items talking about James Charles and talking about Jake Paul and Tana Mongeau. First, though, let's start off with Jake Paul. This is huge news in the YouTube community, which is big for young people. Jake Paul was spotted out grabbing a bite to eat with his ex-girlfriend, Erika Costell. The same ex-girlfriend who used to be a part of his Team 10, whom had a very bitter breakup with him and who exposed him. And then got into drama and started dating somebody else, blah, blah, blah. Reminder, Jake Paul had a fake marriage to Tana Mongeau. They had a ceremony. They charged their fans to watch them. And since that ceremony, I don't think Jake and Tana have spent much, if any, time together. Tana still is keeping up the charade that she and Jake are married, and herself responded to the news of Jake being seen out with Erika by joking about it on Instagram, laughing it off. But she doesn't really have a leg to stand on, as they say, because to my knowledge, she and Jake have an open marriage, right? They had an open relationship before they got married, and their union has yet to be consummated, if you know what I mean. Which her friends confirmed in the most recent episode of Tana Turns 21, which is also thankfully the last episode of Tana Turns 21, unless it gets picked up for another season. I watched that, so you didn't have to. But yes, that was an interesting little tidbit that was mentioned or reminded to us in the episode. Also, it was quite telling that even though the wedding was fake, Tana did not invite her family. Neither her mother nor her father were there. And her manager, Jordan, was trying to paint a picture of them not being estranged. Well, if you're not estranged, then I would think it's very strange that your parents weren't there. She insisted that the wedding was real, that she does have feelings for him, and blah, 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 blah. This last episode of Tana Turns 21, I think it was the one I liked the least since the very first one, because it also already feels stale and faker than fake. I mentioned James Charles, speaking of fake. I don't think any of that James Charles drama from a few months ago was fake, but this I'm not so sure of. Guess whom may have recently been spending time with James Charles? That hot waiter boy, Sam Cooke. The one who made a lame video exposing James Charles, the one whom Tati, in her video exposing James, brought up, the one that served them at a birthday dinner. Well, this waiter, Sam Cooke, posted a photo on Instagram story that sleuths have deduced is 98% likely to have been James Charles's house. Why would James Charles invite, oh, I know why. For clout, for attention. Cheers to you, James Charles. And also he probably just wants that cutie. He's probably still hung up on him. I've got to give a thank you to Everyday's Drama Time. It's a YouTube drama channel who left a comment and super chatted me and told me to check out her channel. So I did, and I saw those stories there first. So if YouTube specific drama is something that you like, go check her out. I thankfully like to talk about not just YouTube drama, but also regular drama too. And also a major shout out to Kate D. I will link to Kate D's channel below. Kate D also super chatted me in a super way, and I checked out her channel, and it's all come full circle. Kate D did a video. The headline is Tana Mojo Storytime. She scammed me. You guys got to check out Kate D's video. And she also had another video that I loved that was wild, a more recent video called I Swallowed a Quarter and It Was Stuck in My Intestines for 21 years. Kate D, that is one of the best headlines I've ever read. Kudos to you. I love the variety of your content. And thank you for being such a super chatter and so generous and so awesome. Kate D, link down below. I love you, Kate D. Mwah! I also love Miley Cyrus because she keeps giving me the holy water. Miley Cyrus can't afford real pearls either. No, she can. You guys, Miley and her lady friend, Caitlyn Carter, continue to spend time together. Earlier last week, they were spotted cruising around LA. Now, Miley and Brody Jenner's ex were spotted grabbing a bite to eat with Miley's mother. Okay. Tish Cyrus approves. Maybe this fling is the real deal. Or they're just being so public for attention and to get back at their exes. And poor Liam Hemsworth seems to be letting everything affect him in a serious way. He has canceled something major. He was going to be doing promo for a new movie that he's got coming out called Killerman, and he's not going to be doing any promo anymore, which confuses me because I thought that was contractually obligated. Like, that's in an actor's deal. You have to do promo. Maybe he was one of the producers on this one, or maybe he had a small role and he didn't have to do promo, but no promo for him. And he's just spending time with family. And I hope this is true, but I don't know yet because no US outlet has reported this. According to the Australian media, Liam Hemsworth has a new woman in his life. I'm not going to be so bold as to say a new girlfriend, but he's been spending time with Australian actress Isabel Lucas, who runs in the same circles as the Hemsworth brothers. In fact, she used to date Chris Hemsworth. Do you think it's weird for Liam to possibly be dating or date his brother's ex? I don't think it's any weirder than Diddy dating his son's ex. I'm all for it. I would love for this to be true. Just because I think Miley would not like that. But I don't think it's true. I don't know. I don't think he's gonna dive into another relationship right now. Miley, yes. Liam, he could prove me wrong. I could totally be reading him incorrectly, but let me know what you think. Super chat me or leave me a comment down below. On the other side, in the House of Jenner, Brody Jenner continues to go hot and heavy with his new girlfriend, Josie Canseco. The two of them were spotted together at one of Brody's recent DJ gigs. And I love it. And they were very PDA-ish. They were fawning all over each other in front of the paparazzi. Take that, Caitlyn Carter. And as to the families, there are all these reports, which makes me think nobody knows really what's going on. Some reports claim that Miley and Liam's family are terrified that they will get back together. Other reports claim that they really want them to get back together. So I don't know. But this story isn't going away anytime soon. Thank you, Miley. All right. Thank you also to Susan Marie and also Kesha Payne and Teresa Moreno and Sophia Sophia and Mama Lynn's House of Light and Freedom. Come on in. House of Love. Mama Lynn's House of Light and Freedom and Jasmine Mobley. You super awesome super chatters. I love you for super chatting me. Mwah. Okay. Now we move on to our incredibly messy section, talking about messes. Mama June, the mother of Honey Boo Boo, may finally be out of a job. Those close to the We Network, somebody from We, claims that they will not be filming with Honey Boo Boo's absentee parent until she gets her life in check. And they have offered to pay for her to go to rehab, but she's not taking them up on that offer yet. Additionally, I think she's still a total train wreck. Mama June was selling all of her house belongings. Basically had a yard sale, but not in the yard. She literally was selling coat hangers. Some people think and claim that she's got issues. Others claim she might have also additionally gambling problems. Sad. Also sad, but hey, she avoided jail time. Heather Locklear has been ordered to serve 30 days in a mental health facility. Ordered to by a judge. This was in relation to her pleading guilty to 8 misdemeanors, including 6 charges involving battery on a police officer or EMT. How is battery on a police officer a misdemeanor? That seems very serious to me, but while she was facing 120 days in jail, instead, she will have a mandatory 30-day sentence in a mental health facility, which I think she really needs. You know who else could benefit from that? Amber Portwood, the teen mom star, is having a lot more drama in her personal life. Her baby daddy, Andrew Glennon, has filed paperwork with a court back where she lives, requesting to have their 1-year-old son with him and that he wants to move back to where he's from, Malibu. How posh. Normally I would just say, all right, well, if he wants to move, and I'll move, have her move. Actually, that would be good for TV. But the issue is she has, I don't even know how many kids total, but I think she's got at least one other child with a different baby daddy who lives where they're at now. So it's not that easy for her to just up and leave. Unless that other baby daddy wants to move to Malibu too. Everybody wants to move to LA, right? But be careful. Be careful, Amber Portwood, because the Malibu lifestyle is expensive. There's nothing really cheap in Malibu. Is that Andrew Glennon from Money? And if so, why would he end up with Amber Portwood? Maybe because he just wanted to be on TV. The power of television is alluring. You know what else is alluring? The royal appeal, the royal mystique. And the royal family is speaking out about Prince Andrew and his possible involvement in the Jeffrey Epstein scandal. Whether he likes it or not, he's involved in it. Buckingham Palace released a statement saying, quote, "The Duke of York has been appalled by the recent reports of Jeffrey Epstein's alleged crimes." They could have just said crimes. The guy's dead. His Royal Highness deplores the exploitation of any human being and the suggestion he would condone, participate in, or encourage any such behavior is abhorrent. He was spotted with Jeffrey Epstein in 2010 after he had already been convicted of inappropriateness with a minor and been added to the offenders registry. And I didn't say what, okay? This is not to be demonetized, YouTube. This problem for the palace, I don't think it's going away anytime soon because alleged victims have been speaking out, including this one woman named Virginia Roberts, and I think more will come to light, I hope, for those women. All right, in other royal news, Elton John is blasting back at criticism over Meghan Markle and Prince Harry flying private to go and vacation at his villa or estate in the south of France. You want to know the new thing that really rich people are doing who are environmentalists? They are doing this thing called carbon neutralizing. Quote, "This typically involves calculating how much your flight generates in greenhouse gas emissions and financially contributing to a project that aims to reduce emissions by that same amount." How do you do that? How? I mean, once that's out there, for your unnecessary private flight, it's out there. I don't know if I believe this whole concept. The specific initiative that they donated money to was carbon footprint. But Elton also wanted to reassure the British public that he, Elton John, footed the bill and paid for Meghan Markle and Prince Harry to fly and stay at his place. How nice to have friends like that. Oh my gosh. I barely have friends, much less friends that are going to pay for me to go on a private plane anywhere. Speaking of paying, now that her salary for BH90210 has been made public, Tori Spelling's creditors are coming after her for unpaid bills. She's already been ordered to pay them. Now American Express has reached out to the Los Angeles Sheriff's Office. Tori, if you forget, is making over $70,000 an episode just for acting and an additional $12,000 or $15,000 an episode for producing everything. So she's making at least $85,000 per episode. And according to the court filing, American Express wrote, "To the sheriff or marshal of the County of Los Angeles, you are directed to enforce the judgment described below with daily interest and your costs as provided by law." Tori Spelling owes American Express over $88,000. Pay up! Also, speaking of paying up, you guys are so beautiful. Tara Jenkins, thank you, thank you, thank you. Cynthia Ehiogu, Haley Beck is the queen of the shout outs. I gave her a shout out yesterday on my family channel. Shout out today here on my main channel. I love you, Haley Beck. I love you, Marie Dubois. Valerie Michaels, Val, my super chatter. Amy Ferguson, I love you, Amy Ferguson. And last but most definitely not least, Sarah Ortega or Sara Ortega, depending how Latina you want to sound. I love you all. Thank you, each and every one of you. Your support means the world to me. Okay, let's move on to more positive news. Congratulations to Dwayne Johnson. If you haven't heard, The Rock and his longtime girlfriend just tied the knot. She got The Rock. They've been dating over a decade and have 2 children together, 2 baby girls, a 3-year-old and a 1.5-year-old. From The Rock to some TV tidbit. I love this, whether you like it or not. Unfortunately, I like part of this. Keeping Up with the Kardashians is coming back for yet another season next month. And in a preview of the show, we see Kim Kardashian getting ready to make a cameo in Perez Hilton's music video for My Best Friend's Boop. And Kim says, I'd do anything for Paris. She literally gave me a career, and I totally acknowledge that. And it's important to me to be loyal to people. I love that. And it's true. More so even than that tape with Ray J. If Kim had not been befriended by Paris and given so much attention by Paris in 2007, I don't think that tape would have mattered as much. And I don't owe my career to Perez Hilton, but I pay respect too. All right, did you guys see, speaking of TV, that trailer for the new Jennifer Aniston and Reese Witherspoon TV show called The Morning Show? Give Reese Witherspoon all of the Emmys. It looks so good, and Reese specifically looks amazing in it. And finally, happy birthday, Joe Jonas, and welcome to another decade of life. He is now 30, and he celebrated his dirty 30 with a James Bond themed birthday party. I will have the link down below for you to see photos and video of that, as well as for you to watch the morning show trailer and to get more info and read, see, and hear everything that I talked about in this video today. I love you. Thank you. I hope you have a beautiful day, and I hope that you feel as good as you make me feel. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you've got the notifications turned on so you don't miss one, and so that we could chat live every day. Also get a personalized video greeting from me on starsona.com/Perez Hilton. Make sure you're listening to my podcast where I can be truly unfiltered and say everything how I want to say it and all the dirty details. You can listen to the Perez Hilton podcast with Chris Booker on Apple Podcasts or directly at PerezPodcast.com. Sign up for my newsletter at PerezNewsletter.com. Follow me on Instagram at The Perez Hilton, and also the website at Perez Hilton. And make sure, of course, you are reading PerezHilton.com every day. Teddy! Where'd you go? Oh, there you are. Say bye. Ruff, ruff. Mwah.